Thank you, ma'am. I, Dr. Ujjwala Desai, working as an assistant professor at PS Modern College of Pharmacy, Nigri, Pune, welcome you all to the technical session. The first technical session of today is based on objective-based education pedagogies. We rarely get this kind of opportunity to listen to the words of great knowledgeable speaker, Dr. Vinay Kulkarni, Associate Professor at Dr. D.Y. Patil College of Engineering, Akurdi, Pune. Before we start with this session, I would like to introduce Dr. Vinay Kulkarni, sir. He has completed his graduation from Balchand Institute of Technology, Solapur, post-graduation from VVB College of Engineering and Technology, Hubli, and PhD from College of Engineering, Pune. He started his professional life as lecturer in 2003 to currently working as an assistant professor and head of Mechanical Engineering Department and MBA coordinator at Dr. D.Y. Patil College of Engineering, Akurdi, Pune. He has one patent to his credit. He is author of 2 books and published many research articles in reputed national and international journals. Sir has received grants from various funding agencies like AICT, SPPU, Microstar Gauging and Technologies, and Samruddhi Engineering. He is recognized PhD guide of SPPU in Mechanical and Production Engineering. He is presently serving at different bodies like Board of Studies member at WIT Solapur, Board of Studies member at Production and Industrial Engineering SPPU. He is CMMI Level 5 certified in Management and Leadership by UK, London. He has conducted FDPs in 41 institutes till date across India. Total 1,800 faculty groups are framed within 21 states of India for practicing OB. May I now request Dr. Vinay Kulkarni, sir, to address the gathering.
Okay, so good morning to all of you. And first of all, very much thankful to Dr. Chaudhary sir and Bhushan sir for taking all the pains and also guiding me to interact with all of you. In the introduction speech today, Chaudhary sir has mentioned about the credentials of your college, and literally it was a very great achievement, and I'm very sure that it will be growing further and further, because sir has already mentioned that there is no limit to any kind of stagnation, and this is a lifelong learning actually. So PO number 11 in your case, that is lifelong learning, is what is exactly happening there. So dear friends, I will share my screen with all of you today, first of all. And if suppose there is something wrong, please bear with me, because I'm not well versed with this Zoom. So sorry for that, actually. So can I ask you, madam, am I audible and my screen is visible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam. So this has become a new normal. Somebody might have that we will virtual conference, and then we might for this. Then most of us will be taken aback together. It was a surprise, but now it has become a new normal. So one thing is very much sure, that this time in engineering, there was a miracle actually. There is a course that we have started called as Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. And I have normally give this kind of example to everyone in FDP, that this is a real outcome-based learning. And you know what is outcome? Outcome will be, just like all of us, we know you are already MBA accredited. So I'm just making a brush up here. Outcome is end result and net result. So what is that the student is going to achieve after graduation, that is outcome. So if you see your question number 4.7 in NBA, they have asked you one very simple question for 40 marks. That is, how many students have gone for off-campus placement? How many students have gone for on-campus placement? How many students have gone for higher education? How many students have gone for entrepreneurship? And this divided by X plus Y divided by N. It's a very simple equation. That means each and every student has to get anyone out of this, otherwise they will be declared as unemployed and our marks will be reduced. So coming back to that AI and data science, in fact, this time all AI and data science seats in Maharashtra are full. And tell you, there are no faculty members right now in the colleges. There are no labs. There is nothing called as infrastructure available in most of the colleges, but still AI and data science are full. is because in General Manual of Accreditation it is written that the input and output process is going to ensure outcome. Outcome will be ensured only if these four are achieved. So if the student is having a perception that he will get a placement, he will get a good quality placement, then he will opt for you. This student has nothing to do now. This is very unfortunate. This is very, very, in fact, unfortunate on the part of teachers. But let me tell you honestly, the student has not at all interested in seeing how many teachers are PhDs, whether there are very much sophisticated labs or not. Then are we doing many things or not? They just want very simple thing, that is placement. So what is that we are going to do with them after graduation is the deciding factor, dear friends. You can ask to any of the students, and that is going to be a very, very vulnerable situation as far as market situation is considered. Nowadays, the job dynamics has changed completely. Entirely, the job dynamics are changing, and it is changing thick and fast. But probably we are not able to cope up with that. The students have not come here to complete our syllabus, to complete our books. The students have not just, that's the only one methodology of doing it, not many other things. So that's the reason why this on-campus, off-campus, higher education and business entrepreneurship, that is must now for each and every faculty member to understand and to imbibe what is that we are going to do it. So basically a COPO strategy. COPO strategy is coming onto this way only. So I'm going to concentrate entirely on POs today. So as I told you that 4.7, in fact, this is a placement and higher studies. So in this case, you can just see here, this completely depend upon what has happened to our students. In fact, it is clearly written, number of students placed in industries, hospitals, government sector through on or off campus. Then recruitment or opted for entrepreneurship. Then number of students admitted to higher studies and valid scores in various qualifying exams. So in engineering, we are having GATE examination, and in pharmacy, you are having GPAT examination. So that is very much under cards. And we will like to mention that unless and until you get all students you are placed here, this question number 4.7 will be a weak question for all of you. And we are knowing that accreditation, those who are the evaluators in accreditation, they first of all see this 4.7 and then they make opinion out of this. Okay, so this is how it is very important, dear friends, to understand that. If I summarize the entire teaching learning process with respect to outcome-based education, I think this is a timeline that we are having. Many of our faculty members, I don't say that they will do mistake, but that is not a good practice. That what we do is that we see CO first, and then we try to formulate CO, and then we try to formulate COPO. In fact, what you should do always is that we should think PO first, program educational objectives. That is what is happening with our students who have already graduated. Suppose since from last 5 years, the students who have graduated, then what is that they are doing it now? What are their profiles that has been increasing? That we must study first. How their profiles are increasing, how their profiles are changing. As per that, the change happening in the pharmacy sector or not, that we need to take up a call. And for that matter, the most important thing is implementation is starting from PEU. Outcome-based education, we always call it as a Shirshasana, the end first. And then based upon that, we can make it a COPO analysis completely. Dear friends, why the students should take admission? Students should take admission because they want to become like your alumni. Those who are having alumni which are passed in the first batch, they are at the highest level. Everybody knows about that. So the knowledge, skills and competencies here, knowledge, skills and competencies, K is the knowledge, skill and competencies here are the parts of POs. Right? Are the parts of POs. Dear friends. And this PO is an objective. In our engineering, we are having another one that is called as program specific outcomes. That is immediately after 2 years of graduation, what they are doing. Immediately after 3 years of graduation, what they are doing. That is very important. And how we develop the students during the course is very important here. how we develop the students during the course is very important. That is CO, COPO, and COPSO in our case. You don't have that uh, uh, COPSO. I think you are having that CEO analysis. So if somebody come to you and ask that why I should take admission in B Pharmacy, let's say for example, then what do you say? Then we say that we are having this and this scope. Our alumni are working on this and this, right? Then according to that, we teach in this way, right? Then we develop your competency in this way. So what we are doing, we are giving, in fact, we are sharing our mission statement and vision statement with respect to the students' employability, with respect to the students' concentration. Dear friends, in criteria number 5, you are having appraisal, faculty appraisal. And most of the times we actually land up in not completing that question in a manner in which you require. You publish research papers. What is the use to the students? We do consultancy. What is the use to the students? Right. We publish books. What is the use to the students? Ultimately, if our all teaching learning process, if our all activities are leading towards benefits of making the students outcome, that is, we are helping. Let's say, for example, I publish a paper. How it is helpful to my students to achieve campus placement. I publish a paper, how it is helpful to achieve the students to go for off-campus placement, higher education, entrepreneurship. If you can answer this, then only it is outcome-based. It's very simple. Let us keep it very simple. So we are having 4 outcomes here. That is on-campus placement, off-campus placement, higher education, and entrepreneurship. These are the 4 outcomes here. But these outcomes, how we are going to achieve it now? So this is in fact a crux of matter for all of us. And probably this is why the situation is going to prevail for all of us. Most of the times, dear friends, our faculty, including we complain that students are not taking interest. They are not solving the assignments. They are just copying. They are just copying the answers from internet. There was one complete day workshop in IIT Bombay, wherein I have attended, and the question was very simple: why students copy answers? At the end of the day, we got one sentence answer for this question. And you know what was the one sentence answer for this question was that the students copy answers because the faculty members copy questions. Faculty copy questions, that's the reason why students copy answers. If the faculty members are not copying questions, where is the question of getting answers copied? Say for example, GPAT examination. In GPAT examination now, you must be seeing that there are no questions copied. Then the students have to learn, students have interest, and the students will feel that no, as compared to SPPU examination, GPAT examination is much better. Of course, I am not taking any tug of war between them. SPPU examination is not for employment. All of us will agree with this. It is the basic minimum graduation, isn't it? It's not for employability. It's not for outcome based. It is the bare minimum, basic. But we are telling to our students that this is bare minimum. So what has happened? The bare minimum has become maximum. And that's the reason why everything is happening here. One of the biggest, another thing I must tell you right now here is mug-up test. In fact, in NEP, National Education Policy, this mug-up test will, I think it will go and vanish in days to come, because all life examinations are open book test. After your graduation, when the students are learning, when the students are delivering professional, then it's very simple. All of us will know. Now also teaching is every day is examination, Okay, so the most important thing we must tell to our students that SPPU or whatever affiliated is there, that is their minimum, right? It's not maximum. And that's the reason why it has become like most important is curriculum gaps. So if you just see our papers here, especially qualifying examination like SPPO examination, then all those are in LOTs, in fact. All those are in LOTs. Dear friends, just imagine that BT level 1, BT level 1, this is Bloom's taxonomy, all of us will know. BT level 2, BT level 3, this is BT level 4, right? And this is BT level 5, this is BT level 6, right? So if you see, then how many percentage of the questions are coming in BT level 1, 2, 3? Yes, anyone can tell me by unmuting your mic. Yes, how many questions are coming? Yes, how many questions are coming in SPPO examination, which is of higher order thinking skills, dear friends? I'm sure that 80 to 90% are not coming in higher order thinking skills. In fact, there is a big gap, isn't it?
Due to some technical issue, sir is not with us. Get back to you in 5 minutes.
Okay, sorry, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for that mess up, actually. Yes. So I was coming to this point, that is how many questions were there that were having BT level, that is higher order thinking skills, very less, isn't it? Because that is qualifying examination. And if you study, dear friends, then BT level 1 and BT level 2 are like Google questions. Most of the students, what they are doing, they are just, whenever any question is there, they type in Google, and if they get answer, their interest is lost. They are not studying, because the struggle is learning. No struggle, no learning, right? So if you don't make the students to struggle, they will never learn, dear friends, right? So that's why my very simple motto will be there to all of us is the struggle is learning, isn't it? I will write here, struggle is learning. So if our student need to get a package of more than 6 lakhs, 12 lakhs, more than 12 lakhs, then they obviously they will have to go for higher education. Higher order thinking skills, isn't it? So these HOTs are very important. Now, just if I quickly look into this, then today what I done, I have just searched in Naukri.com what are the opportunities for these students who are having B pharmacy, right? Now there are some, I got this something here, that is clinical research associates, freshers only. Okay, so they are having, you can just see 4 lakhs to 6 lakhs per annum. And what kind of requirements are there? That is good English communication skill, good skills in reading handwritten notes, doctor's prescription, good knowledge of medical terms and terminologies, basic knowledge of computer. Now, can you tell me, out of these, can you tell me that which CO and which PO can you see in this? Which CO and which PO can you see in this? A good question, there is a skill PO there. I have not by hearted the PO of pharmacy. I know my PO engineering, so I have by hearted that actually, right? Communication skill, that is you are having. So this PO is there, isn't it? Good skills in handwritten notes or doctor's prescription is in which PO? So obviously that will be coming under a PO only, isn't it? Good knowledge of medical terms and terminology. So that comes under the POs here, isn't it? So like this, if you can see CO, PO in the job opportunities, then I think we have done our job, because then the students will create interest, isn't it? If you give some question to the students and you tell them that such kind of questions are asked in CIPLA interviews or maybe some other industries, then the students will take interest. And if those questions are not copied in Google, then they will create a lot of interest, because the struggle is learning, right? Many of the faculty members, they feel that the students will discuss with each other and then they will give you answer. It's fine, absolutely fine. As long as the students are learning, it's very fine. But it is our teacher's responsibility that we should not frame a question which is so easy and we can do it. So our COPO strategy is very simple, that you make it a Google form or you make it a Microsoft Teams form and give it to the students, open book test completely, right? So just like in IITs, what they do, they tell to the students that this is an open book test. You can go anywhere you want and bring the answer in the evening. And the struggle is learning, isn't it? Yes. So anybody wants to say, Dr. Sapna, madam, you have raised hands, and Santa Kumar, sir. Okay. So I will go further here. You can just see there is one more job I have found out now. That is pharmacist, MJM Hospital in Pune. So this was today only I have just found out here. Job description, it is written. You can just see candidates should have knowledge of pharma, chemical, food with good knowledge of communication skill. So which PO now? Very important. Which PO? Correct. Innovative bent of mind. Now just tell me, if you are having a question bank and you know which student, which faculty member is much better, that the students say, who gives 10 questions, out of that 8 appears in examination, are the best faculty members. That's fine. They appear in examination, very good. But what about what will happen to their employability? Their employability has gone. But our students are not made realize to this. We have to make realization to the students that by making question banks and by having this, you will see no problem, no doubt about that. But when you will progress in real life, it will be a problem for all of us. So that we have to tell to the students here. Analytical and problem solving skills. Which PO? Again, very important. Right. Fresher and experience, you can just see here. Okay. So this is very much in cards and we have to take it here. Okay. So therefore, the most important here is to understand that basically a COPO is a job oriented strategies, right? So we can give the jobs to the students like this. But here, if I ask you this question, that is at what BT level these expectations are good English communication skill, right? At what BT level these expectations are? So these expectations are in HOTs only. You can just see it, right? Innovative bent of mind. Innovative bent of mind is obviously in HOTs. What is mean by that drug? What is crocin? Let's say, for example, now because I know about the crocin, so I'm just giving you define crocin. What is mean by crocin? Anybody can search in the internet, isn't it? And they can do it. Very simple. Classify what are the drugs available in crocin. This is BT level 2 question, isn't it? So prescribe at what time the crocin should be used. Now here actually some basic employment starts, isn't it? Then organize, if suppose the crocin is not there, then what will be your alternative drugs for that? Of course, there will be a prescription required, isn't it? So like this, we can make it to the BT level, higher Bloom's taxonomy level. So what is happening is that in CO means course outcome. In course, what you tell to your students, you tell to your students whatever is physically present, like drugs, say for example, or like a process. So actually we teach only two things to the students. One is whatever is physically seen by eyes, and second one is a process. Only two things we study, and we make this a very interesting question I will have to ask to you. These are your POs, right? Pharmacy POs. Let's say, for example, now PO number 1, pharmacy knowledge. Tell me what's the BT level of this? What is the BT level of this? What BT level of P1? What is the BT level of this PO number 2? Right, BT level of PO number 2. Then what is the BT level of this? I'm sorry. So this is demonstrate effective planning abilities, including time management. Now the students has to demonstrate, isn't it? You can just see it. So when the students will demonstrate, the student has to demonstrate means what now? You can just see which BT level it will be coming.
BT3.
Yes,
BT3. BT3.
Okay. So BT3, I will say BT3. Then what is a pharmacy knowledge BT level? Process knowledge and comprehension of the core. So this comprehension will be BT level number 5, isn't it? So problem analysis, utilize the principles of scientific inquiry, thinking analytically, clearly and critically while solving problems, making decisions during daily practice. Find, analyze, evaluate and apply. So this evaluate is BT level 5. Apply is BT level number 3, isn't it? Apply is BT level 3. So I will say this has a BT level 5. Correct? You can just see now. This is a modern tool usage, isn't it? Learn, select and apply appropriate methods, procedures and resources and modern pharmacy related competent tools with an understanding of the limitations. So this will be again like BT level number 3 here. Okay. You can see now leadership skills. This is a BT level 5. Leadership skills, understand and consider the human reaction to change, motivation issues, leadership, team building. Assume participatory roles as possible, citizens and leadership roles when appropriate and facilitate improvement in health and well-being. So what will be BT level of this 5? BT level of this PO number 6, you can see understand, analyze, right? So this is BT level 4. This is BT level 2 here. Pharmaceutical ethics, you can just see. Demonstrate again. Demonstrate behavior that recognizes personal variability values. Use ethical frameworks, right? Okay, so this will be considered here as BT level number 3. You can just see. Demonstrate because we have used it here now. communicate effectively with the pharmacy community, with society at large, such as being able to comprehend and write effective reports. So we have to write effective reports, right? So that is BT level 5 at least. The pharmacist and society apply reasoning informed by this. So that is BT level number 3 here. Environment and sustainability, dear friends. You can just see, understand the impact of the professional in pharmacy solutions, right? So this is again BT level 2. And recognize the need for have a preparation and ability in independent lifelong learning in the broadest, self-assess and use feedback effectively. So this self-assess will be at least evaluate, assess will be evaluate. So BT level 5. Okay. So if you see now, then what has happened that some of the POs like number 1, then here number 6, correct? Number 5, number 8 here, correct? And number 11 are at higher order thinking skills. The rest others are at BT level 3. So BT level 3 and above is most important thing. Right? Now, sometimes what we do, we do this way. That is, let's say, for example, SPPU has defined CO at BT level 2. Then we map this BT level 2 with BT level 5 and we say it is high mapped. Now, how this is possible, you tell me? It's not possible here, isn't it? Suppose the SPPU has given BT level 2, then you can raise it to BT level 5. You can raise it to BT level 4, isn't it? Why? Because BT level 2 doesn't mean that, because in BT level 4 doesn't mean that 2 is not achieved. 2 is definitely achieved, isn't it? So we raise the level, not lower the level. Okay, lowering should not be done. So therefore we have to frame accordingly, right? So now if I summarize here with respect to BT level, we do so many activities, dear friends, right? So if you ask me this question that what the faculty members, what is the role and responsibility of faculty members? Better to think nowadays, what is the role and responsibility of faculty members is not. In fact, we are doing so many activities, right? The question is, can we integrate them together? Today I have taken one lecture, tomorrow I have taken second lecture, third lecture, fourth lecture. Just imagine, by only just delivering 1 or 2 lectures very nicely, it is not going to happen. So we have to take it all together. So BT level, Bloom's taxonomy level, brings everything on the common platform, right? Somebody else is framing the question paper, somebody else is evaluating the question paper, somebody else is delivering the syllabus, right? Somebody else is now delivering the syllabus, somebody else is framing the syllabus. How we can bring it to common platform? That is due to BT level. Let's say, for example, theory lecture. Today I am delivering at what BT level? We should ask this question. Students' opinions, stakeholders' opinions, you go to industry visit, you go to seminar, you go to hackathon. So many things are there that can be brought it on a common platform. As BT level. This BT level, therefore, is the most important thing that we should be able to frame and we should be able to make it here. Correct. So, in fact, I will like to now mention here few of these COPOs, right? Case studies that we have done it here, right? COPO alignment and mapping strategy. So this is a pharmacy, in fact. Okay, pharmacy teacher strategy, find out equipment or physical tracks or process to frame HOTS question. Thinking beyond syllabus is required. Non-technical questions are not appreciated. Okay, the questions which are beyond the questions are very general. It's not relevant to pharmacy, it's not relevant to course, are not appreciated. They are not well taken. So the question need to be framed very nicely, dear friends, right? The most important task of any teacher is to frame questions. The most important task of any teacher is to frame questions. You frame a very good question that will yield learning. Otherwise, it will not yield. So therefore, in NBA, they have given the 2 strategies. One is direct attainment, second one is indirect attainment. Okay. So in direct assignment, we ask a question. In direct assignment, what we do? We ask a question and we tell to the students that you find out answers for this, right? So here you can see, I have taken this as an instrument as insulin. So insulin is used in somewhere as a drug. Okay, can anyone tell me that is in which of your syllabus you teach insulin to students or similar kind of drug?
I think
Yes,
in
anyone?
pharmacology subject, under the pharmacology subject, we studied the
Yes, sir.
insulins.
Pharmacology subject you are studying insulin. Okay. So what is there? This CO. Now in which unit it is there, sir? In pharmacology. So CO is pharmacology, right?
So this is under the syllabus. Mainly the third year students, they come across third and final year students. They're different. We can say the classifications of the, like under the diabetic classifications of the drugs. So under that it is concerned.
Correct. So this is under TY, isn't it? Third year, correct? Third year, CO is pharmacology, correct? And the instrument or the process that we use it as insulin, correct? So what we are doing, in fact, what we should do is that we should make COPO first and then make CO, because outcome-based education is all completely end together first, right? So CO can be framed like this, that the students will be able to evaluate, students will evaluate use of insulin in medical conditions. So this is, I think you can frame it much better as compared to me, correct? So that can be your CO, but in CO and COPO there is one thing common. In CO you are dealing with insulin, and in COPO we are completely dealing with insulin only. Okay, so this is how we can make it very simple COPO analysis. Okay, pharmacy knowledge. Now this is the first CO, pharmacy knowledge. So pharmacy knowledge of insulin, planning abilities of insulin, right? Program analysis by using insulin. So like this we can make it very simple in a way to understand that, right? Calculate how many bottles of insulin it would take to fill up 1 month supply if the patient is injecting 35 units in the morning and 40 units in the evening. So this is one question that we have framed, in fact, right? So am I right, sir? I think, sir, I will require your help now. Is this question correct? Pharmacy knowledge. By answering this question, the students will get the knowledge of pharmacy with respect to insulin. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Sir, may I know your name, please? Okay. So the second CO now, the second PO is planning abilities, right? Planning abilities. So we can frame a question. Now the thing is that this is not there in the syllabus. How we can frame? So let us come out of that mindset, right? That we can just put up, because it is beyond syllabus, right? It is not out of syllabus, it is beyond syllabus. So we can frame accordingly all these questions. I have checked, in fact, these type of questions regarding insulin in Naukri.com. There are some blogs written by pharmacies. In fact, in ICT, this ICT in Mumbai, so we have checked their syllabus. Then we frame this question like this, okay? Nilesh is a 20-year-old male patient who is admitted to the hospital for diabetics. He has history of type 1 diabetes mellitus, and his family reports that he has gone without his prescription insulin for several days. He is non-responsive and has an arterial pH. Now, forgive me if I'm not spelling correctly, pH of 6.9. So he is sent to the medical intensive care unit. Which of the following is the insulin polymerization plan and route the choice of treating JT? Now, I don't know what is a JT is, but I'm just telling you. I am regular insulin. Then first one is regular insulin. Then fourth regular insulin, SC glycerin insulin. So these are the options that is given to the students, right? So like this, we can frame such type of questions for COPO, and by answering this question, that planning ability. And if all the questions are been done like this, then definitely the students will get a lot of interactions with them, right? Program analysis. Third one is a program analysis. You can see insulin dosing is adjusted based on the following parameters. One is the liver function test result, dietary intake, physical activity, exercise, blood glucose levels. So now these are the questions. That is, first option is 1 only, 2 only, 1 or 2 only. So like this, we can give to some students. And you know what will happen because of such type of question, that is 1 only, 2 only, the students will have to evaluate between the answers, between the options, right? So that's the reason why I am taking case studies mainly, dear friends, here. Okay, so you can see now, this is PO number 4, modern tool usage. You can see, examine the modern tools used for oral insulin delivery and judge their performance for sustainability. For example, pumps, pens, jet injectors. So such type of questions we can frame to the students, and we can give it to the students here. Then the students will be able to solve it. And if you feel that this is a higher BT order thinking questions, then the students can be given open book test. There is no blurring. And then we can take an interview of the students to search whether they have really written it or not. That is called as indirect attendant. Right? Leadership skills. We can answer question to some oral question to the students. Leadership skills now. Let's say, for example, your company had developed a new drug instrument for insulin delivery mechanism and wanted to change the market scenario. Appraise the reaction to change the existing drug users and how you will overcome their resistance to change. So you have already developed a new equipment, correct? And then you are given to the market. Then how you can change it here? Sir, is this question correct?
Yes, sir.
And making sense?
Making sense ki how it is you are design instrument, it is better than it is it is already been existed, right?
Correct.
Yeah, this is what leadership, by use of the leadership skill, we can communicate, or we can say we can introduce to the people, so we can say that in the audience, we can say the last audience, we can consumers, how it is better than it is in existing
Yes.
ones.
Yes, sir. How it is better than existing one. And during answering this question, whether the leadership skills, abilities will be developed in the students or not. That is the main question here.
Yes.
Right. Then what we'll understand, see what is happening at the students' end, how the students will think. As sir has just now mentioned, appraise a reaction to change the existing drug users. So what reaction they will give? Because normally humans' tendency is very simple. Jo chal raha hai, chalne do. Because we want to keep the same momentum, inertia, right? Correct. So how you will overcome their resistance to change? Now that is very important here. Then that skill will be developed. Professional identity. Let's say, for example, pharmacy professional must. You can just see, provide personal-centered care, work in partnership with others, maintain personal confidentiality, all this. Communicate effectively. Critically weigh above parameters with the help of case study with respect to insulin. Right. So I have given the question here, that is, behave in a professional manner, respect and maintain personal confidentiality. Study. Right? Insulin usage. Happen with that. So these are the questions that the students will be able to understand. How it will be respectful. That becomes your professional identity, isn't it? Okay. Now, let's go for PO number 7, pharmaceutical ethics. Right? I think pharmaceutical ethics means what? Standards. Right? Many of the faculty members, they frame a question, that is, how many of the students in my subject has copied answers or not? That's very general. That's not a good PO, isn't it? Your PO must be from that particular subject, right? Then it will become COPO. I'm sorry. Then it will become COPO, dear friends. Pharmaceutical ethics examine the vitals, examine the vials of insulin storage standards specified by American Diabetes Association and analyze them in Indian context. Right. So this is the question that we have framed it here. Communication. Examine plot of insulin effect graph of Accu-Chek instrument, okay, and analyze how it can use to improve the health. So we are not playing any tug of war between our students and ourselves. So we can give some hint to the students, right? Ultimately, our success is after students. If all the students are getting placed, if all students go for higher education, if all students are going for internship, we are successful, isn't it? So communication means what? The student should be able to read something and write something very nicely, and they should be able to judge something. Best question for communication is to give them a graph, because life is like a train line, dear friends, right? Now in COVID also we are having train line. What is there in March 2020? What was there in September 2020? What is there in now? Is now in March 2021. What will be there in what will be there in August 2021? Based upon that, we make analysis, isn't it? So graphs are very vital. Graphs are important. And also the prescription is very important. Isn't it, sir? Is this question correct? 7 and 8? P1 number 7 and P1 number 8.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. So by answering these questions, the PO will get developed in the students. That is very important. Okay. I repeat once again. By answering this question, the PO will get developed in the students. We should frame the questions or activities in such a way that we can do it here. Okay.
Yes.
So now these are the descriptive questions. You can frame MCQ questions, just like I have shown you already.
Yes.
The pharmacist and society. Just why insulin is considered as a high alert medication by the Institution of Safe Medication Practices. Right. Now, in fact, this is a societal problem. In fact, this is a very societal problem. So based upon this societal problem, we are doing it. So the students will come to know about what is about the society, what the society is thinking, right? And Institute of Safe Medication Practices represents society only, isn't it? Just like a standard, ADA standard is there. Environment and sustainability. Now this is very important. Examine the effects of balanced and sustainable diet application for insulin resistance and inflammation marker of obese people and select parameters for affecting effect of insulin dosage. So we are checking for the environment, right? Environment with respect to that insulin. Now it's very simple, dear friends. That is, let's say for example, you are having a factory, your own industry of manufacturing that insulin. Suppose you are producing 20 liters of insulin per day, let's say for example, then how much carbon emission it will take outside? Because that much only will be the license given to you to manufacture insulin, isn't it? Environmental ministry in government, they actually decide that you can emit only this much amount of carbon, 2 tons of carbon, 3 tons of carbon. Out of that only we have to manufacture. Suppose your carbon emission is less, you can manufacture more, you can sell it more. It's very simple, right? And last one is here, lifelong learning. Analyze the effect insulin pumps presently available in the market, improvements in it, and write a report for patent filing. So suppose now any student have to start their own industry. All of us, we know, dear friends, they cannot copy, right? They have to start their own industry if they are having their own substance, right? Substance of what? Substance of originality. If that originality is there, then only they can write. So right now, only in third year pharmacy only, we are telling the students that analyze the effect of insulin pumps presently available in market, suggest improvements in it, and write a report for patent filing. Then what will happen? They may not be, the students will not be that much amount of but somewhere in the mind, this will be working in the students. that what is meant by patent filing, what is meant by patent, how I can make it originality out of that. Suppose you have given this question, dear friends, right? And in your class, if suppose 10 to 15 students are also very much interested and they brought this question very nicely, you can file patent along with them and your work gets reduced, right? So your works get reduced, and not only that, actually you are making the students employable. And what is happening is that by making such type of questions, you are giving the students a challenge accepted by the students. You know why? Because insulin manufacturer, there are many insulin manufacturers that there the students will get job. They will understand that yes, after graduation they have to do this one. Am I right, sir? You number
Yes.
9, 10, and 11 especially.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Sir, what is your overall observation about these questions? Because I don't know from pharmacy point of view. What are your overall observations?
So my overall observation is that designing the such a CO and getting the such PO, it will help to the student to get in industry in a better way, because I also work in one of the pharmaceutical industry. So I know what is the requirement of the pharmaceutical companies to being the new employees. So they're looking forward to they having the something better than the different from the crowds.
Correct,
Right.
sir,
So if you design in our education systems, if you design the CO and PO such a way that so they can desire or because they achieve this standard in their educations, and they will help their in sustain their career in a we can say in that competitive world.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Yes.
And according to the job market, this COPO should be changed.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
It's not just a
So,
formality that we can
yeah,
complete.
this is
Yes,
not
please.
just formality. For that purpose, we need to understand what exactly the industry's requirement, and such a way that we should have the syllabus designs. So what exactly the industry required nowadays?
Yes.
So this
Sir,
is what
now
it is.
I will make one addition in your statement, sir.
Yes.
That is, we don't have control about syllabus.
Yes.
Isn't it? So what we can do is that we can make the beyond syllabus question.
Yes.
Right? That is called as curriculum gaps.
Yes.
So working on curriculum gaps, then what will happen? Then your students become employable. If your students become employable, then these students will tell other students that you take admission here, because then I am getting jobs. Exactly. Only placement 4.7 is the most important thing about MBA. In fact, this is the end of the professional education here nowadays. So nobody is interested in how many, what is that you are doing, how many labs, sophisticated, all this, that. Students will say ki,
how much package and what is out.
Yes. Sir, please. Right. So we can, thank you very much, sir. I think it was Nilesh More, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'm not well versed with the Zoom. That's why I was not knowing who is speaking here. So thank you very much, sir. And this is how we can frame the questions. And making the students employable is the biggest responsibility and the primary responsibility of professional education teachers. We are into professional education, right? Pharmacy is a professional education. Engineering is a professional education. Yes. Architecture is a professional education. So all these we have to make the students as a professional, not just merely completing syllabus and everything. In our college, what we do, we frame questions and we make it in Google form, and we tell the students, take your 2 to 3 days, no problem, open book test, and solve it and give it to us. Okay. And some part of our term work, let's say our term work is 50 marks, we keep 15 marks for this COPO alignment test, right? And then we make it as a booklet, and that time some 2 to 3 questions we are asking from this question, right? Yes, Rupali madam. Yes. You raise hand.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
ma'am.
I'm Rupali Chinturkar, working at MCUP Nigri, Pune. First of all, I would like to thank you, sir, for really eye-opening session that you are giving. Actually, our principal, Dr. P.D. Chaudhary, also keeps us telling us that keep focusing on question paper setting and design your questions with respect to COs and POs, and we do also try to follow it. My question is, sir, as now Nilesh sir and you are also talking about the industrial and academic gaps. So I would like to ask you that can you put some examples of how to meet these curriculum gaps or content beyond syllabus
Yes,
and
madam.
this
Yes.
academic industrial gap with respect to online virtual learning? Because whatever routinely we are doing since many years now, suddenly we have shifted to online mode, and we are not exactly in a mode that how to do some new assignments or new
Yeah,
formats,
yeah, right,
so
right.
that we will get such gap filling things or content beyond syllabus will be completed. So can you put some examples with respect to these higher BT
Yes,
levels?
madam. In fact, thank you very much, Rupali, madam. In fact, this is one example that I am sharing. I am going to share a few more examples, case studies of various pharmacy colleges across Maharashtra here, because we are having a community, as madam has said in the introduction, and how these are being framed, how innovative methodologies are being followed so that the students will take interest, right? Game pedagogies and other crossword puzzles so that we can make COPO very interesting.
Yes.
In
Yes,
fact,
sir.
Rupali madam, I must say to you that's the reason why I shown you this first of all Naukri.com, isn't it? In Naukri.com, clinical research.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
My suggestion to you is that we should put our syllabus in Naukri.com and find out where is the employment opportunities nowadays. Right. Now, I don't know about pharmacy, but in engineering, what is happening is that after every 1.5 years, entire technology is changing. But our books
I'm
are
sorry,
not
you're not
changing.
audible, sir. Huh.
Okay, now I'm audible, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, now what is happening is that, in fact, our books are not changing thick and fast, and because books are not changing, there is becoming a like a big gaps there. So we need to first of all identify a gap. How I identify a gap? In fact, in 2019, when we have done this insulin, isn't it? So that time in SPPU, there is one more. I think this will be able to. You are able to see this Department of Cosmetic Technology. Okay. So here you can see this is a question that is framed by one of our participants in FDP, R.C. Patel Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, Shirpur. So madam has formed this question here and given to the students. You can just see CO number 1, name of the course is Perfume and Colors 1, and industry or employer, CPL Aromas. Nowadays, these students are net generation students. Unfortunately, they don't believe too much on the faculty members. How many of you don't agree with this? Right. So they will search in internet because all information is readily available to them. So we have to create interest in the students. And therefore, one of our guru of NBA, he always says that the faculty members are nowadays competing with Google. What you can give it to the students beyond Google is the underlying question, right? So what you can give it to the students, something other than Google, and is the most important. So we are framing COPO questions here like this. You can just see now. CO1 question, CO1 here, perfume and colors 1, CPL Aromas, this is a company, class 3rd year, you can see components or features used is essential oil. So essential oil, you are teaching in that perfumes and colors course, right? You can see targeted BT level is 4 and 6, predominantly attainable PO8. Okay, PO8 is your PO. And Hart's question is like this: examine the effect of essential oils on the side effect of dementia You can see on, now this hint is given here, and analyze how essential oils are helpful to treat psychological and memory related disorders and develop a report on it. Right. So such type of questions will be framed so that by answering this question, this particular PO number 8 will get developed in the students. And what is PO number 8? You can see communication, right? Communication will get developed in the students. Examine the effect of this, right? You can just see now another one. This is from our own college here. So pharmaceutical chemistry, this is a subject, right? You can see CO number 5. CO number 5 means that from unit number 5. Okay, name of the course, medicinal chemistry 3. This is a medicinal chemistry 3. Anybody is teaching this course? Sorry, I have forgotten to ask you. Pharmaceutical chemistry. Anybody is teaching this course? Okay. So anybody is teaching related to this course with perfumes and colors? Or maybe you are having some different subject name. Okay. So the industry is lupin industry. Nowadays, dear friends, why I am teaching that subject, that need to be told to the students, right? In this industry it will come. In hospital it is used. You can go for higher education this way, right? After GPAT examination, or after GPAT examination, you can get direct recruitment also, right? Or otherwise you can start your own industry. You can start your own labs. So we can train the students accordingly, or we can create at least the interest in the students, right? Interest in the students is the most important factor. If we are not able to create interest, it's of no use, right? Lupin Pharmaceuticals Limited, this is a company here. You can see class final year. Components picture uses chemical synthesizer. Targeted BT level is 6. EO predominantly attainable is 11. EO number 11, lifelong learning, isn't it? And the first question is like this: Lupin developing new chemical entities for treatment of tuberculosis. So new entity has to be developed for this particular disease. Then what should be the answer, right? And remember, this is an open-ended question. This is not a closed-ended question. In fact, closed-ended questions are the mug-up type questions. Me just सांगेल तेच करायचं. And then with this approach, you think that no, the students will get patent, students will get copyrights, students will publish papers. Not at all possible, isn't it? So therefore, we need to understand that there can be a different solutions. Just like a project work. In project work, we have different kinds of solutions. Okay. So this is the another question that one of our faculty member has framed here. You can just see pharmaceutics here, industrial pharmacy, and name of the industry is CIPLA. The name of the course is industrial pharmacy. This is the name. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce it. I don't know. So target and O3 fluorine analysis. Imagine, sorry. So this is a case study that has been developed here. You can see. Imagine you were selected in F&D department in CIPLA. Can anyone tell me what is that F&D department?
Formulation and development.
Okay, formulation development. Thank you, sir. This is actually a real life question. Okay, and NBA is always a real life. Now, why I'm saying NBA? Because NBA is nice, like a roadmap for excellence. Okay, it's not just only that accreditation. It is not just like that making white into black, turning something, writing something. In fact, NBA has given a roadmap for excellence, how we can go ahead with ourselves. And that's the reason why I am always very fond of that NBA procedures and everything. Okay. Imagine you are selected in F&D department in CIPLA, and to test you, the manager asks you to formulate the dosage form for drug, how you will proceed. So what you have done, you have given, in fact, a role play. You have asked the student that you are there in that chair and this situation has came, then what you will do? Then the students will think accordingly. You know, the students will think कि अभी इसको कैसे solve करना है, program analysis, how we can do. So therefore, this is most important, dear friends, that we can make it a COPO question, not just for NBA, not just for syllabus setting, but to make the students employable. And if our students are made employable, we are done with the job. We are done with the task, isn't it? So another one more case study here. Quality control and quality assurance. Okay, course number 103T. This is MQR Farm Limited, Pune. Okay, the industry or employer. We always tell that this kind of question is asked in this industry, or this kind of a question is asked in higher education like this. So this is a PG question, M.Pharm semester 1, you can see. Dissolution test apparatus and disintegration test apparatus. This is with respect to dissolution test apparatus, it is used. With respect to disintegration test apparatus, it is used. Targeted level is BT level 5. PO number 1, right? Pharmaceutical knowledge. First question, evaluate in process quality control test for tablet in pharmaceutical industry with respect to this test apparatus, that we can do it here. You can see one more question now. This is JSPM's Charak College of Pharmacy and Research, Bagoli, Pune, regarding pharmaceutics. So name of the course is Industry Pharmacy, Industrial Pharmacy, you can see. Industry employer is CIPLA. Class 3rd year, you can see components of features used is dissolution test. Okay, targeted level, BT level is 4, right? Dear friends, let me tell you, and this is what I have also observed, that as Rupali madam has said, that there was a transformation between offline and suddenly online. In fact, let me tell you now, in online education, it will survive more if you make the students to explore more, right? If you explore more to the students, because nowadays, now you cannot control that the students will sit on the bench, then there is nothing with them, then they will only bring their head and mug up and start writing. It cannot be done. So the students are being made nowadays for more of a exploration techniques, right? So we have to frame in such a way that the students will explore more, right? Explore more. That can be the very good strategy that I think we can do it. Dissolution test, targeted BT level is 4, right? PO is predominantly attainable is 11. I'm sorry, here it was 11. Differentiate various types of dissolution test apparatus as per official specification. Okay, now instead of various, you can make it very specific there, right? Very specific test you can make it. It's very simple that whatever is there today, tomorrow has to be improved something, isn't it? This is the basis of humankind. In fact, this is the basis of mankind, that whatever is there today has to be improved, something. Then only it is going to take place. Otherwise not, like this. Okay. So I will take one more case study and then we will here stop, I think, today. Okay. Industrial pharmacy, you can see Evonik and Colorcon. TYB form polymer. Polymer is a component that they are using it here. You can see. BT level is 5. Chemical properties. Substance polymers of Evonik and Colorcon. Okay, so these are the questions which are framed in HOTS. These are not copied Google questions. This is the most important thing. In fact, all our teachers are responsible for killing professional education. This is my strong statement, in fact, that we copy last year's question as it is, last year's question, again last year's question, again last year's question, again last year's question. So the student's knowledge is not getting improved. In fact, it has, what has happened, it has worsened, more worsen. Real life situation is like COPO, and we are not doing it. We are just completing the formalities. Let us not do that way, isn't it? You can just see now another question here. Pharmacology, name of the course, name of the company is Glaxo. You can see final year, fixed dose drug combination, that is targeted BT level 4. Predominantly available is 6. Glaxo formulating ampicillin syrup, but it doesn't give effect due to resistant bacteria. Analyze the problem and prepare relational fixed dose combination that will be effective against resistant bacterial infections. So such type of questions you can frame it. You can search in blogs. You know, in internet there are a lot many blogs are there. Industrial website you can go. You have to identify where is your course, what is there bringing from your course material, what is there bringing from your POs, and what is the BT level. CO, PO, BT level, make it here, make a nice question, give it to the students. Let it be open book test, no problem, right? And give it to the students and tell the students that these are responsibles here. Okay, so that will be a great question. Ultimately, what is going to happen is that just imagine that you are having MCQs, industry visit, guest lecture, exhibition, competition, hackathon, game pedagogy, anything will be there. Actually, what you do, you ask questions. Let's say, for example, you are taken your students to hospital. Then what we do, we ask questions. And we ask their opinions also, isn't it? Asking question is direct attainment, and asking their opinions are indirect attainment. That's a very nice, in fact, given in MBA. This is to my conclusion now. And next time, I think next time we will take this question, dear friends. Right? Next time we'll do it further. What are the innovative COPO pedagogies? One of the COPO innovative pedagogies is making crossword puzzle. Just imagine now, can we make such type of crossword puzzles? See, category X does show a positive human fatal risk, true or false. Male case, mail order pharmacy, acronym of transition of care. By the way, can you tell me which type of, what will be the course here? Which course this is? Yes, which course this is? Just observe the questions and tell me which course it will be. Now, the moment we say course, actually, what is the problem with our professional teachers? I am also a teacher, let me tell you, but let me criticize myself. The most important thing what I am doing always is that I'm just thinking about syllabus. Right? Syllabus is a mechanism, dear friends. We should not confine there itself. That's not the maximum, that's the minimum. Right? So if you think that this can be there accommodated as a beyond syllabus, as a curriculum gaps, so then also it becomes syllabus. So in Latin world, curriculum, what is my curriculum? Curriculum is equal to syllabus plus gaps plus pedagogy.
Yes.
That becomes curriculum. And pedagogy means what? Teacher and students doing together. Teacher and students doing together, that is pedagogy. Isn't it?
Yes.
So this is how, now tell me this question, which CO, which POs are being met here, and which BT level? Acronym of transition care, what does, in fact, what the students will do, students will have to think about whether it will be completed or not, right? So the BT level is at least 5, evaluate, right? Because there are one or two options are there. Out of that, the students will have to choose one, which one will have a correct sample of words, right? Now, which CO means what? Name of the subject, tell me. Name of subject, even though it is beyond syllabus, then also it's fine. And PO number 3, that is Florim analysis. We have designed this for Florim analysis. Right? So in short, I will quickly run through all of you, and I hope that this was useful to you. That first of all, we have studied what is meant by outcome, right? And then 4.7 for the teachers nowadays. What is meant by the timeline that we have seen. Then Bloom's taxonomy we have seen, dear friends. Bloom's taxonomy is the most important thing, right? Unless until we make our students to go for HOTs, they will not come, right? And the students are dual-minded, let me tell you. One of the many students, what they do, if you ask them a question, we have in fact taken a survey here in our pharmacy college, that is, why you are not able to complete, why you are not able to crack GPAT examination? you know, they few students are there, extraordinary students, they blame teachers only. They say teacher ne to humko pata hai nahi. Then what we do, we give easy question to the students because we feel that no, the students are not able to do that. But then the students blame teachers only. Teacher ने बताया होता था ना तो हम कर लेते थे. The teacher has not told. So the teacher is very, very simple. You can say a blame. We can put a blame to all the teachers. In fact, for teachers' kids also, we blame their teachers. So teachers are very simple to be blamed. So please don't hesitate to give challenges to the students. Please don't hesitate to give BT level 5, 6 level questions to the students. Right? Let them not write that answer. That's fine, but let them do that thinking. In Russia education, in fact, I like Russia education very much. Of course, there are a lot many things are there. Finland is there. There are Norway and other countries' education are absolutely appreciated, even including USA, UK also. But in Russia, even if the students are not able to write anything in their answer paper, what they do, they ask the students that what can be the possible answer. So either direct assignment or indirect assignment, they take it and they give it to the students. In Russia, the most important part of education is encouragement. They always say that we encourage. At any point of time, they encourage the students. So this Bloom's taxonomy, how we can apply to BT level, that is BT level for POs that we are seeing it today, right? And also all these processes that we do it in our education can be very well compared with BT level, right? Theory, you are teaching something and there is examination. These are the two different things, but we can join them with BT level. And then I have said here that all of you please put your syllabus into Naukri.com and find out what is the scope of your syllabus, right? And then few case studies of COPO mapping that we have seen. Purposely, those particular POs get developed in the students, right? You can see here, and these are the strategies that we have been used it here. Same questions. I will give this PPT to Bhushan sir here. Okay, and these are the purpose of direct attainment as well as indirect attainment. And some of the innovative pedagogies that we are having here, like crossword puzzle, like snake and ladder, correct? You can make it emoji puzzle also. In WhatsApp, there is emoji. You can make it emoji puzzle, right? So some few case studies, maybe we can take it later. Thank you very much, all of you, for your interaction and the support that you are extending. Thank you very much. Over to you, Bhushan sir.
Okay, so now I request.
Over to you, madam. Sorry. Yes.
Now I request the delegates. So if they have any questions, they can ask.
Yes, we can take questions. Right? Or anybody wants to give their opinion, then also it is okay.
Okay.
It is no problem. We can have a discussion also.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Purkane sir. I have one question.
Yes,
Sir, please.
So myself Nilesh More, I have the one questions, implications to achieve this COPO. Okay, achieve this COPO. So what kind of teaching methodology we can apply? I mean to say. So what kind of
Sir, actually, sir, please. Complete your question, sir.
Yeah, so this is my questions to achieve this COPO in now the situations, now it's virtual learning situations. What kind of technology, with the help of technology, what kind of teaching delivery means, how will deliver some content to the students such way that they achieve such kind of CO and PO?
Yes, Nilesh sir, you asked a very apt question that I think already I mentioned in one of my in somewhere speech, but not elaborated. I will elaborate that now. Sir, right now, the online education is like an exploration education. Okay, so exploration has to be done through that. Let's say, for example, you actually what you want from COPO is to explore the students about that subject knowledge, about pharmaceutical knowledge, about that POs. You explore that, right? Now we can frame such type of questions that you please read this blog and then answer following question. Correct. Or you can go to this website, read it entirely there. We can give some paragraph and then ask the students to question. Basically, sir, COPO is exploration, is not teaching. Okay. Because teaching already we are having so much of the university syllabus to be completed. Please don't do that. In my opinion, COPO should be imbibed in the students not by teaching but by exploration. You give the students a question and then while the students are exploring answers, that PO will get developed in the students, right? And basically frame first question so that it becomes more employable, as well as you can frame the questions in Google form, in Microsoft Forms, and give it to the students at their end. Let that be an open book test. But the teacher's job is now to frame a brilliant question, right?
Yes.
You can frame a brilliant question like GPAT examination. Now, how your questions are framed in GPAT examination? So suppose you are being appointed. Suppose you are being appointed as a question paper setter in GPAT examination.
Yeah.
What precautions you take? Same precautions we should take for COPO.
Yes.
Right? Have I answered you, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you so much, sir.
And sir, please make, now let's say for example, what is happening? This COPO is not there in the syllabus, we make a dash.
Okay.
But then what is our efforts to make it that COPO? That is
In
important.
syllabus.
Yes.
Yes.
Then what we should do, let's say for example, pharmaceutical ethics, your PO number 7. If I'm correct, because I don't by heart it, I'm sorry for that. Pharmaceutical ethics is not there in your syllabus, right? ADA is not there in your syllabus. Some other standards are not there in the syllabus. That's fine. You can make it as a curriculum gap and give it to the students. Now just imagine, you can ask the students, you have prepared some drug, which is not at all compatible with any standard. Will that be of any use? No use.
Yes.
So unless and until the students know about pharmaceutical ethics, they are not employable, obviously. And such type of questions are asked in examination, asked in interview. That is, this drug is there. You can just see. Now, in fact, time was very short, but otherwise I might have given you that there are a lot many opportunities in POs. In fact, if you explore POs more in Naukri.com, you will get your students a lot of opportunities. Let me tell you. In your class, there are 60 students, let's say for example, and you want all students to get employable. Dear friends, you have to give them at least 6 opportunities. One student, at least 6 opportunities. 6 opportunities in campus placement, 6 opportunities in higher education, 6 opportunities in entrepreneurship. That becomes 18 opportunities per students. 18 into 60, how much it will be? That much amount of opportunities we have to give it, and COPO is a fantastic method. Let me tell you, fantastic method. Just imagine GPAT examination, how many courses we have. Say for example, 5 each, if I consider, let's say for example, 10, some 40 courses we have, let's say for example. In GPAT examination, the students will have to practice at least 4,000, 5,000 questions. Isn't it? Just there are a lot many surveys available. How to crack in GPAT examination, how to crack in GATE examination.
Yes.
In GATE examination, we always say that 5,400 questions the students will have to solve. Then only they will be getting that particular logic get developed in them. That particular attitude get developed in them. That particular aptitude get developed in them. Isn't it? So COPO, 11 questions per subject, that will become 55 questions, and it will raise to its GPAT level. Then all your students will become at GPAT level, they will become employable, right? And we have to give the students this as an open book test. Give it as an open book test, all our problem gets solved. and this will become your additional you can say additional efforts during oral examination. And obviously in oral examination, some few 3 to 4 questions will be asked from that COPO, because all our friends are there. They will also appreciate this, whoever coming as external examiner. And the students will not also fail, because the students will answer, isn't it? Such type of win-win situation that we can make it through COPO analysis completely, dear friends. But the most important task is that we have to make questions, right, with respect to COs and with respect to POs. Then our students become employable, right? Have I answered, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your deep knowledge about OBE with us. The exact definition of outcome in terms of placement, higher education, business, entrepreneurship, and unemployment was very well elaborated by the sir. The students' timeline was discussed with respect to framing of vision and mission, COs, POs, PSOs, and PEOs, significance of Bloom's taxonomy, basics of objective-based education, COPO mapping, and mapping strategies. Bloom's taxonomy levels play a major role to bring all learning activities of pharmacy on one platform by framing appropriate questions through case study was discussed by sir. Kulkarni sir, please kindly accept this virtual bouquet on behalf of convener Dr. P.D. Chowdhury, Principal of PS Modern College of Pharmacy, Nigri, and Coordinator of STTP, Dr. Bhushan Pimpre, Associate Professor, PS Modern College of Pharmacy, Nigri, as a token of gratitude. Sir, please kindly accept the certificate from PS Modern College of Pharmacy, Nigri, Pune, as a token of appreciation.
Thank you very much.